the game, cause see the boxing voice.
Welcome back, gang, for the first time and hopefully many more to come. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and click on the notifications right here, this little bell, so you can get those emails every time we go live. Peace.
Vicky Cabarelli from ThaBoxingvoice.com here with the classy one, Damon. Fresh after Jade Mitchell's unanimous points win over Kerry Foley. What'd you make of it?
You got a cold, have you, Mickey?
Recovering from one, actually. Yeah, had a lot of rest this week.
All right, we'll stay behind the camera. It was probably closer than I thought, actually. I expected Jade to win the fight. Probably it was the result that we all expected, which was a unanimous points decision to Mitchell. But yeah, Kerry Foley, he boxed really well. He punched hard as we expected him to, but probably what he did do a little bit better was at times cut off the ring quite well on Jade, because Jade's feet are so good and he's so slick. Kerry managed to put himself in positions to throw those big shots at times, and obviously in round 6 he caught him with a really nice left hook, and well, Jade looked gone. But what he did show is that he's gutsy and he's tough, and he got out of trouble. I'm sure there's plenty to work on out of that fight for him, but most importantly, it's a victory.
Yeah, definitely. There was some low blows there in the fight. Yeah,
there were probably half a dozen, and I said that in commentary. I was really surprised that at a point there wasn't something done about it. But yeah, he seemed pretty happy, the Kiwi referee, just to let that go. There was probably, I think there were 5 warnings for low blows, one of which saw Jade actually go down. So whether that was intentional from Kerry Foley or he was ripping with that left hand to the body a lot, whether it just crept underneath, I don't know, but it certainly did help slow down Jade.
Yeah, Jade got uncharacteristically fired up there. Do you think that's what led him to take more shots than he should have?
Well, maybe that was the idea. If so, yeah, it did work at times, because immediately after one of those low shots, I think it was the 4th of them, Jade did go in and try and exchange, and he did find himself exchanging, hooking with Foley quite a lot. So I don't know if he sort of got quite confident or perhaps complacent at times in the fight and was happy to exchange, or if that was just the pattern of the pressure that Foley was providing, because you can't discount what he was doing, Foley. It wasn't that Jade was off, I think Foley was really good. Yeah, and
what sort of surprised me is that Jade was actually in there and trading punches with him a lot.
Yeah.
And, you know, they both got the better of different exchanges. Did you expect going into this fight that he'd do that?
No, not at all. I didn't expect that Jade would be moving backwards. I just thought that he would use that really good lateral movement, and that Kerry, whose feet are not a strength, wouldn't be able to cut off the ring on him. But he moved slowly, lumberingly, but he moved well, and he filled up the space. He made it look like a small ring, and he threw those shots really well, and it forced Jade at times, particularly when he had been slowed down from some of the shots, to exchange with him, and that placed him in danger. But I guess for Jade and his camp, who are obviously celebrating behind us, what it does show is that if he goes on to have these fights, we've been talking about that Bill Alakaway fight forever, but those sorts of guys, then he can maybe be happy to exchange with them at times, and he doesn't have to be, on his feet and in and out all the time. I think he looks better when he does that, but he showed tonight he can get through fights even if he goes toe-to-toe at times.
Yeah, so I guess where he goes from here, there's a lot of options. Zach Dunn called him out. There's Bill Alakaway. Yeah.
I did just talk to Brian Amatrita and said, will that happen? And he said, I don't think so. So I don't know if that was just, Zach saying it. I think it'd make a bit of sense. Like, it probably doesn't make as much sense for Jade at the moment. He's ranked, 12 and 13?
10, yeah, something like that.
But it's a good fight. It's another one like that, where people are going to get right into it. It's probably bigger than that, actually, because it's an all-Victorian affair. It's an all-Melbourne Pavilion sort of blockbuster. That'd be a huge fight, so maybe that does happen. But otherwise, he's just been sniffing around those big international fights. You and I have both heard some of the names that have nearly got over the line for Jade, and after a victory against a puncher like that, maybe one of them gets secured. Maybe there's some news to come in the not too distant future, because yeah, he's been right on the cusp of a really big fight for a while, and he's just about due.
Based on tonight's performance, how do you think he does against, say, a Rocky Fielding or one of the title holders?
It would be another step up, no doubt at all, because Kerry Foley is someone who has probably been to that sort of world level and not quite measured up. He got caught with a shot by Kerry Foley. He obviously proved tonight that he has a chin and he can match it with those guys, but he has to go to another level against those fighters internationally, and whether that is a case of finding another stepping stone fight before there is one of those big fights and really testing himself again, or if it is a stylistic thing, if he wants to be looking at a different style of an opponent rather than those punches. And you mentioned Rocky Fielding, like that, they're very tough fights. On that performance, they're probably fights he goes in as an underdog at the moment, but I think that there is further improvement in Jade Mitchell, as there are in so many Australian boxers, if they do get those right fights in between now and that big step up.
Yeah, another good possible opponent from Sydney, someone who Jade has sparred in the past, is Sakio Bika. Do you think there's a possibility of that ever happening, and how do you rate that matchup? I would be
surprised if that fight was able to be made. Sakio at the moment is like pretty much everyone who's signed with Al Heyman, trying to get Al Heyman to answer the phone so that he can finalise his next fight. They've been talking, and he's been told that he has a fight, but he just can't find out exactly what it is. I haven't spoken to him the last couple of days to know if he's done, but Sakio wants to go back to the US and have a big fight. And have one more crack at a super middleweight world title, which is every possibility given his standing internationally, and given that he is signed with Al Heyman, and that Al Heyman via PBC has just done another big deal with Fox in the US. So there are opportunities for Sakio internationally. There's so many good super middleweights in Australia. That fight would be great. Sakio against any of these guys would be a great fight. We've got Bilal Akaway obviously fighting next week on an ESPN show in the US, which you can see in Australia actually via ESPN. That would be a great fight if he comes back, but he's obviously gone over there. Maybe Jade looks to go over there at some point. So I don't know what will happen. I would be surprised if it's Bika against Mitchell, but yeah, that'd be a fascinating fight. I don't know what I'd expect to happen there. Like, it's how much is left for Sakio, I guess, is the question. And last time out, it looked like there was plenty, so I don't know. I don't think we'll see it, but I'd like to.
Great. All right. Well, yeah, thanks so much for your time. We'll see you tomorrow at Bendigo for the Andrew Mullaney fight.
Well, I don't know if this will be up in time, will it?
Probably not.
No,
probably
okay.
not.
Well, what a great night we had in Bendigo tomorrow.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. Unfortunately, that one you can't see on Australian, or you won't have been able to see on Australian television or streaming.
But it is on ESPN Plus.
You can see it live on ESPN Plus. So this is a situation that needs to be resolved, and I guarantee you that I'm trying my best to try and sort out these kind of situations. But we'll just keep doing what we can do. But we had a good night tonight.
Great. Thanks so much for your time, Ben.
Cheers, mate.
What is up, TBV family? Yes, YouTube has been cutting funding to their channels as of late, and with net neutrality going through its process, the internet is changing. If you want to keep your favorite channel intact, coming up with tons of content, and plus get hours and hours of extra content, head over to patreon.com/ThaBoxingVoice to become a member of the TBV family and help support the channel. Peace.